Coming to you from that Canadian Lawn Guy channel, bringing you extremely overgrown lot. This one's going to be a fun one to watch. So this is the overgrown property that you're going to watch in the video. So I used my Toro Grandstand 40-inch deck. I would have preferred to use my new Toro Z-Master 6000 series, but I couldn't get it started today, and that's another story. But it's probably better off that I used the Grandstand because it was pretty overgrown and the weeds were very abrasive to the tires. So maybe I would have damaged the tire on the Z-Master and regretted doing that to a new machine. So as you saw, like when I started to drive through this, like the weeds were like over my head almost. And once you got down to the bottom of the hill, I could start to cut and go back and forth in an area at the bottom. And then the blades probably weren't as sharp as they should be. I started pretty high and then moved it down to like 2.5 inches just to try to get the bottom of the weeds, and then tried to find the property line on both sides. Another problem with this property was there was a lot of like old brush or tree debris that was at the bottom. So when I was trying to get it down close to the ground, I was constantly having to move brush off to the side. And as you see, like these weeds like don't cut on first swipe, so that's a problem. And the neighbor to the one side was throwing like debris from his property into this overgrown lot, so I had to avoid like these piles that he had made in different spots. At one point here, I kind of give up on using the Grandstand to cut it all. I go up to my trailer and get my KM94R with the hedge trimmer attachment and decide to start cutting down some of the long stuff. So just using the KM94R hedge trimmer attachment to cut down this weeds. We got it running here, way down in the brush. As you saw, I cut this area with the Toro Grandstand. You can see there's a property line way down there. They took the other one off here, so I don't know where. I don't know how much longer I'm going to do this, but anyways, I'm way the fuck up there. Sorry the language. I don't think we can see my truck, but anyways, up there. Quite the hill here. I'm going to spend a little bit of time cutting this stuff down. So here I'm using my KM94R hedge trimmer attachment. I always use Stihl for my handhelds. And I'm got the GoPro up high on a stand so I can see us kind of from an aerial view. So it's kind of fun to see how much I cut down in that quick amount of time. And please don't stop watching. You're going to enjoy to see the before and after photos at the end of the video. But at the end, I used the Grandstand close to the road and kind of cut and then ran over all the stuff that I used that I cut down with the hedge trimmer. And at that point, I shouldn't have ran over all these sharp pieces of weeds because I ended up damaging the sidewall of one of the tires on the Grandstand. And it's currently dropped off Canadian Tire with I had tubes from previous tires. So I kind of incorporated that into my price when I sent them the bill. And yeah, now I know not to just whip over top of stuff and not expect something to break. This customer I contacted another lawn guy in the area about 2 weeks ago, and he went in and priced it to weed whack the whole property for about $450. And the lady kind of laughed at him. He didn't have like a zero turn strong like the Grandstand or like the Toro Z-Master that I planned on using. So I don't blame him for bidding at that price. And the lady probably just hadn't got any quotes, so when she heard that price, she kind of thought she could find somebody else. So he recommended my company, which I really appreciate. And I called, and she like said, "Oh, is there any chance you could do it this weekend?" Like she called 2 weeks later after that, and I'm like, "No, but I come next week." And anyway, so I this whole job took me about 3 hours, and yeah, I found it fun to do. I just kind of wanted to have experience doing this so that I can price other bigger lots when I have to do them.
Thanks for watching, everyone. I'd like you hopefully to support my channel and subscribe to the channel and like the video if you do. I heard from one guy that if you don't subscribe to that Canadian Lawn Guy channel, then your whole family might be attacked by ninjas. So just keep that in mind. All right, take care.
That was another Canadian YouTube video.